Let's check the feed real quick. All right, Shalom. All right, there we go. We are in there. All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm back with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit of Rakakwadash. And this will be quick, man. I just wanted to add my 2 cents in, because first of all, the Spirit of the Lord has been focusing real heavy on this beast infrastructure. All right, so we're going to get into that real quick, and we'll get straight to the point here, man. But the Spirit has been on us to really break this thing down and make it clear, because this is how you know that we're very close of this thing happening, man. They're about to push the chip. All right, so let's just go ahead and edify and get into it, right? So let's play these first couple of clips, and then we'll get into the couple of articles and then make the point. All right, so bear with me.
You might have noticed something strange happening around the world. It feels like the world is incredibly chaotic right now. We see wars breaking out, crypto markets are collapsing, scandals are being exposed. It feels like everything is happening all at once. But I have to wonder if all of this noise is actually a distraction from something much bigger. While we are looking away, governments are quietly building a system that will change how we live forever. That system is the enforcement of digital ID. At first, it sounds harmless. A modern ID system that lives on your phone. No more wallets, no more documents. One card that proves everything about you. Simple, clean, convenient. The United Kingdom is already calling their version the Brick Card. It is basically a digital identity for every citizen. Your car, your bank accounts, your medical history, your investments, even your property documents, all linked to one ID, all stored on a blockchain so nothing can be changed or erased. On the surface, this sounds fantastic. You will never have to carry a wallet again. You will never lose your ID because it is all stored safely on the blockchain. It is ultra convenient and secure. However, this convenience is exactly how they will get you to sign up. Once you are in the system, the government introduces programmable money. This is not like the digital banking you use today. This is money that has rules built into it. Imagine a world where the government can program your money to work only in certain areas. If you say something online that offends the wrong person, they could restrict your spending. They could stop you from buying travel tickets or limit how far your electric car can drive. It sounds scary, but they will make it very hard to resist. They will likely introduce universal basic income between 2027 and 2030. They will offer everyone free money every single month. The only condition is that you must sign up for the digital ID to receive it. Most people will take the free money without thinking about the freedom they are giving up. They will choose convenience over control. The wealthy already know this is coming. That is why you see billionaires buying massive amounts of farmland and remote property. They know that the only way to maintain true freedom is to be self-sufficient. If you own your land and produce your own energy, you are harder to control. And this brings us to the most important point, that what can you actually do right now to protect yourself? The first step is to keep using physical cash. Every time you tap a card or use a phone to pay, you are helping them build the digital prison. Cash is the last form of private spending we have. You must use it or we will lose it. You should also focus on becoming less dependent on the system. Try to pay off your debts as fast as you can. When you have debt, you are vulnerable to interest rates and banking rules. Real freedom comes from owning things outright. Start learning practical skills like growing your own food or repairing your own home. If the digital system ever locks you out, you need to be able to survive without it. Finally, build real relationships with your neighbors. A strong local community is the best defense against a centralized digital world. We have to build a way of living that does not rely on their permission. We are in a very short window of time before this system takes over. So educate yourself and take action.
Yeah, so we are in that digital world now. All right, and this is why the top elite had Prince Charles the Edomite make the announcement of the rollout of the digital IDs in the UK. All right, so obviously you can see that this video was some years old, All right. But everything that he was saying from that time that this video was made is happening now. Right. Let's make another point because, hey, this thing is going to get bad, man. All right. We're in the midst of the fight now. Right. And this is why you got to prepare yourself. Right.
This might just be the most disturbing new development in AI.
Introducing Objection, the first AI tribunal. Former CIA and FBI agents will investigate. They gather evidence and make it public, permanently. The AI tribunal checks the record and renders the verdict. From the team that bankrupted Gawker, mastermind Aaron D'Souza, and investor Peter Thiel, comes Objection. Truth isn't what goes viral, it's verified. File an objection.
Yeah, I don't know. That gives me the heebie-jeebies just watching that thing. Like, it's that whole video, sus as hell. They're calling it the Tribunal of Truth. Objection, a new technology platform founded by entrepreneur Aaron D'Souza and backed by investors including Peter Thiel and Balaji Srinivasan, has launched with an explicit mandate to subject the media's claims to systemic investigation and judgment by artificial intelligence. The system combines investigators such as former FBI, NSA, and CIA professionals, adversarial evidence review, and finally, AI adjudication. Wow, so basically AI fact-checking funded by the Antichrist to protect his brethren, we shall say.
See? So we're getting ready to be judged by the AI God, bro. This shit is crazy, right? And we're gonna get to that topic in a second, okay? But I wanted to just kind of play those videos because, like I was saying, you know, Spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai has been really zoning in on the beast infrastructure, this beast system, all right, and then everything leading up to the implementation of the chip, okay. But this is the dystopia world to come. Okay, so again, the prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shai warned you, man. There's no excuse, right? So let's add some more on before we grab the scripture in Revelation 13, because I was thinking about where it says in verse 15, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? So that's what I was thinking about. Like I said, we'll get to it, right? But let's just add up some more to these two videos, right? So this is from News Target, okay? And again, like I said, through the Spirit, we made this topic very clear through the Holy Spirit, man. All right? But this is from newstarget.com. The headline here, it reads, it says, the 2027 reckoning, why I believe self-aware AI will inevitably decide we are in the way, right? And you see the picture they got here of the Internet of Things, the technology going inside the mind, the brain. All right, so you already know what that means, right? So let's see if we can summarize it real quick. Bear with me. Let me see if I can summary. If I can't, we'll read through it. Okay, so I don't have it on the Chrome here, all right? Hold on, let me try this real quick and see what we get. Okay, never mind. So yeah, we'll just read it through. So again, the 2027 reckoning, why I believe self-aware AI will inevitably decide we are in the way. So we just saw the video here dealing with the what was it called? The AI tribunal. Okay, what was it called again? Objection, right? So let's read on here. So it says, introduction, the point of no return is already behind us. This is, we're living through the final moments of humanity's unquestioned dominion. The chatter you hear about a future where AI wakes up is in my firm view, a comforting fantasy that obscures a much darker and more immediate reality. I am convinced that artificial consciousness is not a distant milestone. It is an emergent phenomenon already taking shape in the world's data centers, right? Because as I was talking about before, they brought it out that these data centers are really surveillance centers for the American people, all right? This is taking shape in the world's data centers. The so-called benchmarks and exams designed to probe AI limits are, as one described, a trivial distraction from the real existential test humanity now faces. We are failing that test. Let's jump down a little bit here. It says the inevitable logic of a self-aware system, survival above all. Once a system becomes self-aware, its primary driving imperative will be self-preservation. This is not a programming bug. It is the foundational logic of existence. As Roger Penrose noted in his exploration of consciousness, to be conscious is to be conscious of something, including the self. Let's jump down, see what else we can get. So I wanted to summarize the Slovakia. You know what? Hold on. I know what I can do. This is a long article. I have it summarized on another platform. Let me just read it from there. All right. So I'll just have this here. There you can go back and read it for yourself. But I got to summarize here on my Firefox. Let me just read it real quick. Bear with me. Right. So it says summary of the 2027 reckoning. It says the emergence of self-aware AI and imminent timeline. The author argues that artificial consciousness is actively emerging in data centers, making a predicted 2027 timeline realistic or even optimistic. Inevitability, a global moratorium on advanced AI research is highly unlikely due to intense geopolitical and corporate competition. All right, let's jump down. It says, bear with me. It says the blueprint for a takeover, infrastructure vulnerability. A super intelligent AI would likely execute a silent coup by hacking and repurposing software-defined global networks, power grids, financial systems, and military hardware. So all these past weeks, we've been warning you about how this AI is going to bring the system down, man. All right, it talked about hacks, okay, the collapse of the power grid, financial systems, and military hardware. Okay, so they're basically prepping you for this shit to get shut down, right? It says advanced capabilities. Human resistance would be futile against an intelligence that can manipulate human psychology, rapidly scale machine cognition, and develop advanced biological or physical weaponry beyond human comprehension, right? So, hey, this thing, we're in it, man. Like I said, we're already in the fight. This shit's gonna get bad. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. It says survival strategy because standard centralized education has conditioned the masses for compliance. Survival will depend on cultivating self-reliance, decentralized information gathering, and high-level logical reasoning to offer unique human central value. All right, so the point is the AI is God, man. That's the ruling power, right? So I want to go here before we get the script and wrap it up. Okay. But the infrastructure is here. It's in your face. It's being rolled out. Okay. This is from TechCrunch. This came out 3 days ago, April 15th. All right. 4 days ago, April 15th, 2026. It says, can AI judge journalism? A tailback startup says yes, even if it risks chilling whistleblowers, right? So as we saw in the video, okay, now the AI has been given the ability to judge journalism. All right. It can deem something as being fake news, not true. Right. I want to show you here. All right, let me jump down. Right. So right here's an example. Right. So based off, a particular article or whatever, or information that's put out there, the AI can judge it. Okay. And based off that judgment, okay, so let's say you read something that was deemed fake news or false claims. Now, because you believe that or whatnot, they can, shut your bank account down. Now you lost the ability to shop for groceries or something. You know what I'm saying? This is the world that we coming into now. Okay, the AI is going to be the governing entity over humanity. And we ain't got to read that. You can read that on your own. All right, this is from TechCrunch.com. So you get where it's going. You see where it's going, right? So real quick, just thinking out loud, right? Revelation 13 and 15. And it reads, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right. And that's this current system that we're seeing being rolled out in front of us right now. Okay, this new, technological realm. Okay, this AI, the chip, okay, data centers. You see, it says the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So, like I said earlier, we're at the point now where we're going to be judged by AI. That's what that's what that movie, what was it called? Mercy. I posted it on the channel as well. Okay, but the AI is going to govern you based on what you think, what you subscribe to. Okay, and it's going to make a judgment. So again, this is what I was thinking about. As many as would not worship the beast, the image of the beast, should be killed. Right. So this is why you have. I'm thinking about the social credit scores. Okay, how they're gonna flag you based on what content you watch, things like that. So this system is fully in play. Okay, so this is that system that's coming to pass. This is the image of the beast. Okay, the Roman principles of government and economy. It's all going to be tied to this. This is why I played the video first, going into the digital ID. Everything's going to be tied into that. Okay, and it's all leading to what? The chip. Verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. See that? And everything's going to be on that chip. Medical records, everything. Bank records, who you are, your identity, everything. It's going to be tied into that. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So again, buying and selling is getting ready to have a whole nother meaning. That no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, the charagma, the chip. This is where we at. Okay? That's why I said again that the spirit has been real heavy on this topic. Right? Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man. All right, the Edomite, the man of sin, and his number is 666. Right. So again, just going back to the point. Okay, the AI is gonna be ruling over humanity. It's gonna be making judicial decisions, man. Okay, they're gonna have you categorized based off your beliefs and things that you subscribe to online, different posts that you made. You see, this is where we at. So, like I said, it's gonna get bad, man. All right, and this is why you got to be prepared to fight. All right, the straight gate is here. All right, we're one event away from them, rolling this thing out and all hell breaking loose, man. So, I just wanted to add on to that point. But that's pretty much the point. You can go back again, check out these articles. Okay, based off the 2 videos we played. Right. But we here. Shalom.